when you've got something emotional that you want to share with your husband, you need to start out by telling him something happened today. I want to share it with you. I've got some really strong feelings about it. I just want you to hear me out. And I promise I'll only talk for 5 minutes. And at the end of the 5 minutes, I'll tell you what I want you to do. And it could be, I might want you to hug me. I might want you to tell me it's going to be okay. But when I get to the end of that 5 minutes, I'm going to tell you, would that be okay if I share with you? And most of the time he's going to go, yeah. It's going to be a little hesitant because this is new, right? And then you go ahead and you start talking and you keep it as short as you can, but make sure you cover the material that you need to cover. When we as women share with a girlfriend, we tend to ramble. We go all the way around the block and back again, and then over to this side, and we give this example and that example, and all kinds of things are going on in those conversations. Okay. Basically, what we're doing is we're just throwing our raw emotions out into the space between us and our girlfriend. And she knows how to pick that up, reorganize it, and give it back to you. And then if you come at her again, she does the same thing. She repackages it. She gives it back to you. She may say, yeah, me too. I know. And then she'll tell you a story about when that happened to her. And that's very validating. It's very confirming. It feels good to hear that. And you keep doing that process. Next time you talk to a girlfriend, watch yourself, because it happens over and over again. And you repeat the cycle in little mini cycles with her until you feel better. And it's great. You feel heard, you feel understood, you're not upset anymore. It doesn't work that way with a man, because men are taught to avoid emotions. Women are taught to express them. So we've got men who are hypersensitive to emotions, especially from their wives, but they're taught to avoid emotions because they're messy. And you've got the woman who that's the way she processes her emotions, is by throwing them out there. He doesn't know how to repackage it and put it back. He just wants, don't go there. Let's get out of this space. This is not a good space to be in. So he tries to fast forward to a solution or whatever. When a man listens to you talk about something emotional, he is constantly looking for the bottom line. And after your first sentence, he thinks he's found it. So, oh, you're upset? Well, don't be. Go do something else. Or like one time, long time ago, my husband came home from work and I had been to visit the custodian of our church. He was in his 80s and he had developed Parkinson's. And I went to visit him in the convalescent home. And I came back and I was still feeling sad. My husband comes in, he goes, he greets me. And I said, I'm so sad I went to see Joe today. And it was really sad. And he said to me, well, don't go there anymore. And he walked away. Okay. To him, that was a solution. To me, I wanted him to feel that pain with me and go, yeah, it's really too bad. But he's not my girlfriend. He was my husband. And they don't operate the same way that we do. Men use words to relay information. Women use words to create connection. Men use emotions to take action. If there's a feeling, it means you got to do something. You don't sit around and talk about it. Women use emotions to create connection. Pretty much everything we do is to create connection. But he's looking for the bottom line. So if you talk for 30 seconds, he's thinking, I got it. I know what the problem is. Let me take care of this for you. And then you come back again with another statement, which to him sounds like a whole different problem. Now he's caught, do I solve this problem or that problem? And you keep talking. Now he is overwhelmed by emotions, not just yours, but his own. He's actually flooded with emotions. When you get really emotional, no matter which gender you are, when you get really emotional, you can't think clearly. And a man's primary way of dealing with emotion is to be able to think clearly. And when he's flooded, he can no longer think clearly. He'll shut down, he'll walk away, he'll get angry. And that's not going to be helpful to anybody, right? So the way that we process emotions between male and female is very different. But if you give him the bottom line before you start, I've got something I want to share with you. I'll talk for 5 minutes. I feel really sad about this, or I'm angry about it, or whatever it is that you're feeling. Watch the clock. 5 minutes goes fast. 30 seconds of silence goes long, but 5 minutes of talking goes really fast. When you get to that point, then you can say to him, I really appreciate you listening. It would mean so much to me if you would just squeeze my hand and tell me it's going to be okay. Or tell me you understand. You can even teach your husband that you don't have to really understand. Just tell me that you understand. For men, the understand part is, I understand you're feeling something, and I understand you're a girl. Period. He doesn't have to really, because men will take our emotions and they'll try to make sense of them. They put themselves in the same situation that you're describing, and they're going like, why would you react that way? Or why would that upset you? That doesn't even make sense. And he'll try to get you to reason your way out of your feelings, which doesn't help, just makes it worse. But if you let him know you want to share with him because he's your best friend, and give him something specific to do. Hold me, tell me it's going to be okay. Tell me you understand, even if you don't, just say, I understand. You really have to teach men how to help you with your emotions. Now, to be able to do that, you've got to understand your own emotions. Because when you have that conversation with your girlfriend and she keeps repackaging and giving it back to you over and over again, at the end of it, you don't really know anything more about yourself other than, I have a really good friend. At the end of it with your husband, what you come away with is, I've got a husband who will actually listen to me and hold me when I ask him to.